Boy, we're not ready for this. We're not ready for it. Russell Crowe is joining the cast of the new Highlander film. I did a video talking about that there will be a new Highlander film with this fuck right here. But now Russell Crowe. Man. This is shaping up to be, it's going to be a sick fucking movie. Now, you're probably wondering, who's he playing? And if you can't read this little tiny text up here, he is going to be playing Ramirez. And I think that yes, we live in 2025, and he will be playing Ramirez. But while there is actual Spanish actors, technically, he's lived many lives. He's not Spanish, right? And technically, if I'll remind everybody more accurately, Sean Connery was not Spanish either. Now, a lot of people say, why, if people like Antonio Banderas and, what was that fucking guy from No Country for Old Men? Holy shit, I know his name. I don't know his name today. I'm filming, and this happens all the time. I've got a bad memory. I've got a great memory, actually. If you've watched any of my videos, I've got a fucking terrifyingly great memory, but I cannot store everything actively for everything. I record a lot of these videos one after the other, and I batch upload them. And I talk about a lot of shit. Javier? Anyway, there's a guy in No Country for Old Men. A lot of people said he'd be perfect for Ramirez. But we have to remember that the Highlanders, thing has, these immortals are not, I can't remember how old he was supposed to be. But, Henry Cavill down here is going to be playing Connor McLeod. And the person who trains him, Ramirez, his close and bestest friend, no homo, will be Russell Crowe now. And a lot of people, I don't think it's going to be accepted. I don't think it's going to be accepted very well. I don't know what you guys think. Tell me down below, please. But with so many other choices, if you had to pick these two, I don't even think I would have ended up, if I said a fan casting where I say, hey, you're a fan, tell us who you think should be in this movie. I don't think I would have picked these guys. Now, having said that, I do feel like they are good. And I think the movie will be very interesting. But I will say this, they could fuck it up. I could see that. Although Henry Cavill's really hard to... he's so good. He's good in everything he's in. He cares about the roles that he's in. He's a nerd. He probably loved Highlander. We know he loved Warhammer stuff. He loved D&D, blah, 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 blah. Loves video games. So he's in The Witcher. You got canned from that. But what I'm saying is, these two on screen together, hopefully they have really good chemistry. Hopefully it works out. But I have noticed people do not want him. They do not want him to play Ramirez, because we do live in 2025, and there's a lot of people that I feel like maybe they wouldn't really know. Like, there's a difference between people who follow the Highlander stuff or like really care about it. And I think there's a few groups like this. The people who really care about the lore and the stuff with Judge Dredd, for instance, are the same way. Is there lore and stuff out there for people who like Highlander, but, you know, oh, there's only the movies? No, there's more. And there's people out there who have dedicatedly built websites over the years that have gone on and offline, and wikis, and, you know, it's the same with the Star Wars stuff. There's additional stuff, okay, that hasn't been necessarily put on screen. And there's communities who theory craft all the time, different scenarios and different stuff, right? But I say Judge Dredd is the closest community that really fits it, because those guys are fanatics. And, you know, like if you're a big part of the Judge Dredd community, then you know that online there is a film made by a fan. I think it was called Judge Law or something. But like there's additional stuff surrounding the ethos. And I would say that most of those people are going to enjoy this pairing. But I just thought that this would be a good video just to make this big announcement that, you know, fucking Russell Crowe, out of all the people, like I had no idea who they were going to cast in these other roles. The villain, if these are the good guys, the villain for this better pop off. It better be someone so good. Look, I can't even imagine what they'll do. But I do know that having these two in it, they can act. They can obviously do a sword fight. They don't need to be trained. They know how to hold a sword. They know how to do stuff. Could be really good. Could be really beautiful. But let me know what you guys think about this casting. Him getting cast as Ramirez. This is shaping up to be a good fucking movie. In my opinion, it might not be a good movie, but I know I'm gonna love it. I don't even need to know. You know? It's one of those things that you have in your heart. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I feel like I'm dead set on this one. You know? I told everyone. I told every person I know when they did the whole bringing out the movie for Freddie Mercury. I said, you know, one of his songs is the main theme for Highlander. And right now, Freddie's getting a lot of attention. And he's getting back in the spotlight after his death. And, you know, he's huge. He's huge. And they made that movie and I said, I told everyone, I said, if not now, when will they ever reboot Highlander? And I was right. Because these things take years. And I think when the Freddy shit was on the rise, they started to make it. And they did it. And this is awesome. But let me know what you think in the comments. I reply to every comment. I genuinely want to know what you guys think. I enjoy being on YouTube, but, you know, I'm trying to make a community that cares about these things and can talk about these things and have, you know, rational conversations, which you don't have online. If you like this video, subscribe. I've got tons of the shit that comes out, tons of different fan theories, tons of different, you know, in-depth looks at stuff. strolls down memory lane, all the cutesy stuff that you would find in a pet store and whatnot. But I will see you in the next one.